Hello, my name is Patrick Hwang, faculty member of the School of Architecture at the Chinese University of Hong Kong. Today, I will offer a short presentation on how compact city urban planning policies in Hong Kong is adversely affecting the fringe community, and how furniture design serves to temporarily mediate the social hardship. And finally, how the initiative became a pedagogic platform for architecture students to engage with the local community. The compact city land use policy of Hong Kong is recognized globally as a successful case behind the principles of transit-oriented development and high-density living. Its urbanistic implementation has been footnoted for contributing to a number of admirable indices and measurements, from low carbon footprint per capita to an efficient and viable transit network system. It is also credited for protecting much of its country parks from real estate encroachment. Over 70% of its territories are undeveloped. However, realizing such densification is not without its compromises. The concentrated development has contributed to a dismal dwelling area with soaring real estate prices. With continual densification since the 1970s and continue over the past decades. The concentrated urban area have caused the property price to soar. And since Hong Kong has a relatively low income tax rate, with a cap of 17% and with no capital gains tax, the primary source of revenue for the government comes from land transactions. This policy has allowed the Hong Kong government to enjoy a budget surplus 12 years in a row. Hence, the government has no real incentive to see a drop in the real estate value. As the property price skyrocketed, we began to see a shift towards smaller dwelling units, with an average of 13 meters square per person in 2015. Especially for new developments, the compact and rapid urbanization that happened over the last 30 years have propelled the increase in the number of the so-called subdivided units. And these are those apartments that has been partitioned into smaller units. Such practice of the homeowners directly profit from those living on the fringe and indirectly propel the issue of housing injustice into the public discourse. Official stats indicate there are around 200,000 people living in subdivided units, but in reality, many suspected this number to be much higher. Included among them are school-age children under 15, which accounts for 18% according to census data. Having visited several families at the subdivided units and in sharing observations with colleagues researching on the same social agenda, we realize there is a lack of personal space for children to claim as their own. This observation is shared by colleagues of mine from Domet, Maggie Ma, and Mark Kingsley. In most instances, homework is done on the dining table without any additional spaces for books or stationery, meaning even the rudimentary task of studying and doing homework is a challenging routine. The shortcomings is argued to have impeded the academic performances of the children and contributes to a perpetual cycle of impoverishment. To alleviate the situation at the subdivided units, we've designed and prototyped a series of transformative furniture by targeting school-age children as its primary beneficiaries. The project aims to enhance the learning experience and to engage with the community. The furniture in this context serves both as a tool and as an environment. The design carries three unique characteristics, combining a small stature, multifunction of use, and modular assembly for ease of transportation, features that are born out of the confined living spaces of the subdivided units. During our visits to the subdivided units, residents share with us their living habits and use of space. Through direct communication, we were able to understand nuances involved in living at the subdivided units and what transformative furniture could play in easing this pressurized living environment. Our team recorded critical measurements in subdivided units to determine the optimum dimensions for the furniture to formulate the design criterion. Rather than provide customized designs for each of the units, the approach was to work towards universal prototypes that works for units of similar conditions. To sow the seeds of social advocacy through design, students from the School of Architecture were invited to participate in this cause. Organized by the author and led by 3 tutors, together with 2 local NGO groups, 60 final year students worked together with the families to define a specific set of functions that suited their needs. Each team consists of 3 to 4 members with a defined purpose reflective of the constrained conditions at the residence. For example, a bed that can be folded into a dining table, or a chair that can be modified into a table. Students not only designed, but also fabricated practical, multi-purpose furniture within a specific spatial limit. The final mock-ups gave a real sense of ergonomics, materiality, constructability, and notion of cost in terms of education. In addition to making of furniture, they had to demonstrate its potential of use and application to the making of a film. Other examples include foldable table beds or furniture made of PVC pipes. Once the furniture components were fabricated, we invited 12 families to participate in an assembly and testing workshop. The families discussed and gave critical comments on how the furniture would facilitate their everyday activities. From this engagement, families from the subdivided units, which normally do not have an opportunity to meet, were able to work together and engage meaningfully. After the workshop, each attending family was invited to complete a questionnaire with questions designed to understand different aspects of their living habits and conditions. Through this research, we developed a direct line of communication and trust with the community. It also offered us a deeper understanding of the complexity and the degree of severity that the fringe community is facing. Subsequent to the workshop, we donated some of the furniture to the families. One piece, orange and blue, with the transformative capabilities described before, was delivered to Mrs. Yu, a single mom living with her 5-year-old daughter, together with a female flatmate. On the left-hand side was the social worker and my design assistant, Sean Chen. Since the apartments are located in old tenement apartments without elevators, the furniture had to be broken down into smaller pieces in order to facilitate with the moving process. The installed furniture enabled us to advance the project through user surveys, the iterative reflection in action will allow the optimization and refinement in the long run. In lieu of an immediate and actionable plan to address the shortcoming of housing supply in Hong Kong, this targeted, viable, and immediate project seeks to be a catalyst for alleviating the everyday challenges faced by the subdivided unit residents. The students' involvement expanded the project's impact and elevated the public's awareness to the needs of the subdivided unit residents. By calling attention to the urgency of this issue, the project attracted coverages from a number of traditional and social media news outlets.
中文大學建築學院嘅學生為社會共享房屋嘅住戶同劏房戶
Including this report from TVB, an 8 p.m. evening news report.
每一件都可以組合成唔同嘅用途，包括係將儲物櫃變身成為台或者係凳等等，節省空間。建築學院邀請咗大約20個共享房屋同劏房嘅居民參觀同試用有關作品，期望出年可以集資大量生產，免費提供俾基層家庭用。
Given that the urban areas from around the world, including Hong Kong, will continue to absorb future growth of the world's population, particularly when there is an anticipated shortfall in affordable housing. Design advocacies that encourages various stakeholders within the community to positively intertwine and dialogue, such as the proposed project, will become increasingly significant and imperative. Thank you very much. Again, my name is Patrick Hwang from CUHK.